What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I'm coming to you with my brand new setup, my Sony ZV-1. And so I wanted to test it and see. I've got a big webinar coming up in literally 12 minutes. So I wanted to jump in here and get a quick test in to see how this works. So those of you that end up watching this, please put some comments in there. Let me know, like, how does this look? Right? I would love to know. But while I'm here, guys, I want to ask you a question and give you 4 quick tips. Do people know your story? We are so quick to assume that our stories don't matter. We are so quick to assume that nobody cares. We are so quick to assume that everyone else has a better one. And so when I deal with a lot of realtors and lenders, this is where they come from. They truly feel like their story, your story, is that you're a realtor. And like, that's the only part of the story that anybody cares about, because you've assumed that the only thing other people care about is, I'm here to buy a house. I'm not here to have a relationship. I'm not here to create trust deeper than that. And so this is where, if we're not careful, we can get very stuck. And so I want to give you 4 quick things, 4 quick tips on helping us with our stories. And the first one is this: don't be ashamed of your story. I think a very sobering truth for all of us is everybody wishes they had somebody else's story. And people can lie and be like, no, man, I just love my story. Bull crap. We're human beings. We're flawed. We're messed up. And so I'm not saying we live our lives desiring someone else's story, but in moments, there are always going to be moments where we think, man, the grass sure does seem greener over there. Man, must be nice to have that story, to have got that opportunity. And so, guys, everybody is looking around, and in moments, your story has been the one of envy. And you'd be shocked to even know that, but that's how it works, right? And so we've got to realize that there is no shame in our stories. Y'all know the quote, right? That every man's trash is someone else's treasure. And this is no less true for you and I. I remember growing up, to give you a little depth into my story, and this could be uncomfortable for somebody. But I was a virgin when I got married. And raised in a Christian home. I was a pastor. Obviously, for me, that was incredibly important. And guys, there were so many seasons of my life where I felt like the loser. And I would see my friends that were out doing the opposite of what I was doing. And I would be so jealous. But now, as I've gotten older and I have conversations with old friends, they're envious of my story, right? They're envious that I was able to save myself for my wife. And so, guys, in every season, there are people that want your story, and there are going to be people's stories that you want. And we've got to understand that, and we can't let that take away from who we are and what our story is. The second thing, guys, is we can't celebrate where you are if we don't know where you've been. And so what I see most in real estate and mortgage is we just love to celebrate where we are. We don't want to remind people when we used to suck. We don't want to tell the stories of going in debt up to our eyeballs, trying to get this real estate business going, trying to get this mortgage business going. We just want to talk about the President's Club we're in. We just want to talk about the trip we won. We just want to showcase, we just want to showcase the biggest month we just had. We can't be like that, guys. We've got to showcase to people where we've come from so that they can celebrate where we are and where we're going. And this is a huge part of the way we tell stories. The third thing is, don't spare the details. They matter. The details of your story matter. Quick story about me. I'll never forget. This was a pivotal moment in my life. I was about 4 or 5 years into being a youth pastor, and the boss of the church, right? Like the boss of the bosses. He called me in. He wanted to have a meeting with me. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm getting promoted. This is a huge opportunity. I've been working hard for this. And guys, it was the exact opposite. He called me into his office, and I can see exactly where we were sitting. I remember exactly how I felt, and I could hear the words come out of his mouth saying, Kyle, if you don't get your act together, you won't have a job here anymore. And I just remember going, what? Like I was floored. I was so caught off guard by it. But that was a pivotal moment in my life where I recognized that my work ethic wasn't what it needed to be. I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. And I look back now, and now my almost 8 years as an entrepreneur, and I'm so thankful for that meeting where they could have just wrote me off and have been done with me. But they said, you know what? Let's see, right? Who this guy is. We're going to put his butt to the fire, and we're going to see, does he crumble or does he succeed? And it was pivotal for me. And I remember being so frustrated, but if it wasn't for that season, I don't believe I would be the man that I am today, that gets to do what I do every single day. And so I'm so thankful. And that's a part of my story. And I can't just go, well, God, that's embarrassing, man. I almost got fired. No, that's a part of the story that sets me up for my success. And so I don't share that part of the story enough. And so there you have it. I just shared it with you guys today. That's how storytelling works. And then, guys, the last thing, and this is so valuable. Do not miss this. The last thing is this: be a living sales pitch. Be a living sales pitch. For so many of you, and this just goes across all sales, for so many of you, you still believe that we're living in the 90s. You still believe that your job is to sales pitch them when you get across the table. That's when you think you need to go into your sales pitch. What we know to be true in 2022 is that you have the ability to be the living sales pitch. I get to live my life out on social media. I tell people regularly, right? Go to my social media and try not to like me. Why? Because I've positioned it that way. I'm not complaining about gas prices. I'm not complaining about the cop that pulled me over. I'm not complaining about politics. I'm living my life and trying to bring goodness into it. And so I am a living sales pitch. Everything I do has the opportunity to win me or lose me a deal. That's the way I look at it. Every time I post about being a dad, a husband, an entrepreneur, a Christ follower, a leader, anything, all of those things now are what determine if somebody's going to use me or not. And so this is right now where some of you are stuck. You just think that what you're doing on social media is obsolete and doesn't matter. And it's huge, because now every time someone finds out about you, what are they doing? They're going to Instagram for social proof. They're going to Facebook for social proof. They're going to YouTube for social proof. And so it's not about how good are you at your job when you're sitting across the table from me. It's about, what can I find out about you before I have to even invest in 45 minutes with you? This is where many of you need to be better. You should be a living sales pitch. And again, I'm not saying we should always be pitching, but what I'm saying is we should always be thinking, will this next post, will this next piece of content, does it cause people to trust me more or less? If the answer is not more, you should not post it. Plain and simple. So there you have it, guys. Do people know your story? Because in my opinion, you are far too valuable to show up as few times as you do. Your people need to see you. They want to see you. Lawrence Sargent, what's up? And guys, this is it. This is how we win. And so hopefully my camera looks good. Hopefully the audio's good. I'm pretty pumped about it. And I hope we learned something while we tested this out. Uncle Phil, thanks, man. Thanks for watching. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great Tuesday. And see, don't do that. Don't do that in videos, because now I just marked it, right? If somebody watches this on a Thursday, now they're like, oh, what? It's not Thursday. Why did he say Tuesday? So anyway, love you guys. See ya.